영상이 시작되기 전에 먼저 등장할 5개의 문장을 보여드릴게요. 빈칸에 들어갈 표현을 유추해보세요. 단어 하나하나를 직역하지 않고 전체 의미에 맞게 의역하고자 노력합니다. 그게 바로 영어식 사고의 출발이에요. 그럼 시작해볼까요?
Figure out its recent financial turnaround. Get a feel for the space way before construction starts. More immersive online learning. High-end photorealistic graphics. It's relatively lightweight.
Welcome, everyone, to our magic of listening, where we peel back the layers on something familiar to find something, well, world-changing hiding underneath. Today, we're talking about Unity software. Now, I bet for a lot of you, that name just screams video games. But what if Unity is actually, like, right at the center of this huge industrial wave, this shift towards real-time 3D or RT 3D?
That's exactly it. We're going to use this session to really unpack how Unity's tech makes these super interactive digital experiences possible. And, it's not just on your phone or console. It's spreading into places you probably wouldn't expect. Far beyond entertainment.
Okay, so our mission today, explore how Unity is hitting global industries, figure out its recent financial turnaround, and really get into why any of this matters to you. All right, let's get into it. Most people hear Unity, they think games, and fair enough, more than half the world's mobile and console games run on it. It's huge. But is that the whole story? Are we missing something bigger?
Well, that's the fascinating part, isn't it? Because the exact same RT3D technology, it's now popping up in really different high-stakes areas. Think about automotive design. They're using it to drive virtual car models, hundreds of them, testing aerodynamics, crash stuff, all in real time before any metal gets cut.
Wow, okay. So virtual test driving.
Exactly. Or architecture. You can literally walk through a building, get a feel for the space way before construction starts. Film and advertising, too, using it for, interactive ads and even AI training. Building simulated worlds for robots to learn in. Unity's really inside our games and our factories now.
From games to factories.
Yeah.
That's quite a leap. And you mentioned this industrial shift, but some analysts are calling RT3D the next internet layer. That sounds massive. What does that actually mean?
It does sound massive, and it kind of is. The idea is that these interactive 3D spaces won't just be for fun. They're expected to underpin, virtual shopping, more immersive online learning, these complex digital twins in manufacturing.
Digital twins, like virtual copies of real machines.
Precisely. Virtual copies of factories, engines, you name it, for monitoring and prediction, and even planning smart cities. In that whole picture, Unity is essentially providing the tools, the picks and shovels for this new digital frontier.
Okay, so Unity's building the foundation for this next internet layer. But what makes it stand out? I mean, there's Epic Games' Unreal Engine, right? That's a big player, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Unreal often gets tagged for those really high-end photorealistic graphics, for big blockbuster games or films. But Unity's strength, it's really about accessibility. It's relatively lightweight. It works across 20-plus different platforms, phones, consoles, PCs, VR headsets.
20 platforms, that's a lot.
It is, and it appeals to everyone from indie developers working in their garage to huge companies. That super broad adoption creates this incredibly resilient, widespread ecosystem. Of course, we should probably mention, Unity had a bit of a rough patch in 2023, maybe bleeding into 2024.
Yes, the runtime fee controversy, that definitely stirred things up.
It certainly did, shook trust within the developer community quite a bit. But under the new CEO, Matthew Bromberg, they seem to be really focused on rebuilding. More transparency, more community listening, and investors seem to be noticing.
How so? What are the signs of that turnaround?
Well, the stock recently hit a 52-week high, around $42, giving it a market cap near $16.5 billion. That's significant. And key fundamentals look healthier. The current ratio, which shows liquidity, is around 2.7, pretty strong. And crucially, their free cash flow turned positive earlier this year.
So money coming in again, healthy reserves.
Right. It suggests stability and, capacity for future growth. It's actually a good example of how a tech company can navigate a brand crisis and still capitalize on these big underlying trends like RT3D.
Okay, so we've covered the tech, the industries, the finances. But let's bring it back. What does this mean for you listening right now? Why should Unity matter beyond just playing a game?
Well, the impact is becoming more direct economically as RT3D spreads into industries like cars, construction, even healthcare. It's shaping jobs, the skills needed, where investment goes. That affects the economy we all live in, and culturally. The games made with Unity are played by billions. They shape entertainment, how we socialize online, how we interact with digital stuff. You're likely already touching things built with Unity tech, maybe without even realizing it, and that's just going to increase.
It really sounds like real-time 3D, with companies like Unity playing a huge part, is becoming this foundational layer for how we design things, build things, interact with everything.
Yeah.
A quiet revolution, maybe?
I think that's a good way to put it, which leads to a pretty big question, drawing from the source material. As this RT3D economy keeps growing, just how much of our future is going to be built inside Unity?
That is a powerful thought. Something to keep in mind as you start noticing more of these immersive, interactive experiences popping up everywhere. We hope this magic of listening gave you a new way to think about a familiar name.
영어와 시사 경제 두 마리 토끼를 한 번에 잡는 알찬 시간 되셨다면 구독과 좋아요를 꾹 눌러주세요. 감사합니다.